Ricochet may or may not be straight up cooked until Black Ops 7 releases, and we can only assume there are a few different reasons for this. It could be that Activision is wanting to keep those player numbers fluffed up. Maybe they know a good chunk of the player base are cheaters, or maybe they actually have something good up their sleeve for Black Ops 7. I doubt it, but only one can hope, right? Let's chop it up about a few things here. If this is your first time visiting the channel, welcome, and if you are returning, welcome back. Feel free to light up the comment section as we go along. So I had a conversation with my buddy Derek here recently. He has a lot of the insider sauce, and as of right now, he's saying the system is pretty much only doing Shadowbans at the moment, not perma-bans. Summing up our conversation here, Derek says anti-cheat has officially been chalked for Black Ops 6 and only Shadowbans are happening, which is a rarity now. The amount of blading cheaters now are insane. He interviewed one in Discord and he made it very clear that the anti-cheat system seems that it has been turned completely off. The cheater admitting that he's been rage hacking for a week now, no shadow bans, no perma-bans, or anything of that nature in Warzone. And this kid is straight up spin botting, rage hacking, etc. And some of your favorite streamers may or may not be yacked up. Not gonna say any names though, I don't want to start any shit or have anyone thinking that I'm trying to get any unnecessary attention here. Keyword, some of them though. And I responded to him. I was in a lobby with one of the guys in the Discord who was currently Crim 3, but was iridescent last season. We were smoking the kids in Control Vault and they turned that shit on. I might just stay my ass in Diamond. And we sometimes get cheaters, but it's like in Crim, the cheaters turn up. And Derek said, once you hit D3, chalk it up. I'm Crim 3 in hard stuck because no matter what, I'm getting cheaters. And I said, good thing I'm low Diamond 2. So yeah, man, pretty crazy shit going on right now. And around this time of year, I do think it's kind of typical that developers start to kind of neglect the current title because they want to go ahead and focus on the next one. If I knew Black Ops 7 would have a different system as far as cheaters, I would be okay with it. I would simply just step away from Black Ops 6, play something else like Fragpunk, Marvel Rivals, Valorant, whatever, until the fall. Now, once upon a time, there was a 3-box system. So in box 1, you were essentially safe and you weren't sus at all. Box 2, you were somewhat sus, and the anti-cheat system's antennas were kind of up. And in box 3, you were definitely sus and you were probably shadow banned and under investigation for a perma-ban. I'm not sure if that's a thing anymore. I don't think so. But essentially, the shadow ban strategy is rather than booting players offline for cheating, Ricochet apparently quarrels them in private lobbies. This approach aims to keep legitimate matches clean without alerting cheaters to exactly what triggered the detection, making it harder for them to reverse engineer a bypass. However, by not visibly banning accounts, the system risks reducing the perceived cost of cheating. If a determined hacker can simply continue scraping lobbies for data on anti-cheat responses, they'll refine exploits faster. And this is essentially what has been happening all year long. Ricochet makes an adjustment, cheat developers make another adjustment to one-up that adjustment that the developers just made over at Ricochet. It's just a shit show, man. If you ask me, isolating them silently might actually extend the cat and mouse game though, rather than ending it. It's also worth examining whether perpetual shadow lobby dwelling damages motivation more than a one-time permanent loss. Now, perma-bans on the other hand are a clear statement. Cheat once and your investment evaporates. Shadow bans by contrast are subtle. Players often aren't sure why their matches feel off. Now, this isn't to say if you are in a sweaty lobby that you are shadow banned. It could be matchmaking doing its thing. Maybe your MMR is a little bit higher than you think it is. But a real deterrent demands both immediate feedback and visible consequences. I have seen it a couple times this year where players did get yeeted from a lobby with the Ricochet logo next to their name as it got disconnected. Without this kind of stuff, folks are more willing to cheat because if everyone knew, especially if they're trying to keep it under the books, maybe they're in a Discord trying to call themselves carrying some gamer girls or whatever. Let's say they go ahead and get yeeted with this kind of notification next to their name, maybe they'll get clowned by everyone in the Discord. And another thing I thought of is what the hell happened to Splat? Wasn't it a thing where if you were in Warzone and if the system knew you were cheating, once you landed, you will splat and be like a big pile of paint or some shit? Whatever happened to this? If anybody has any intel on this, let me know down in the comment section, because I think that's another form of embarrassment essentially. If I had to guess though, that's another thing that developers couldn't quite keep up on, especially with the anti-cheat system being mostly AI. Now, insiders also claim that active cheat reports are skyrocketing, but public ban tallies remain suspiciously low. Suspiciously low. That gap suggests two possibilities. Either detection algorithms are still filtering false positives, is holding back numbers to manage PR. On the flip side, releasing too much data could help cheat makers reverse engineer detection thresholds. Ultimately, the question is, should Activision trade secrecy for trust or vice versa? If you ask me, Ricochet just has to go. Maybe Activision needs to come to some kind of deal with easy anti-cheat, whatever the case is. And I understand those systems aren't perfect either. But what we need is a proactive anti-cheat system, not a reactive one. I understand cheating has been a thing in gaming for a long time. It's been a thing in multiple different games, not Call of Duty. But the fact that they were mentioning cheaters at the Call of Duty League Championship over the weekend is just insane to me. That's just proof the cheater situation in Call of Duty is worse than any other game in the FPS space. Now, Ricochet's Kernel-level driver offers deep system visibility, catching cheats before they inject anything into the game process. That level of access boosts detection accuracy, but raises legitimate concerns about system stability and personal privacy. Driver bugs can crash PCs, and an insecure driver might open attack vectors for malware. Comparisons with Vanguard anti-cheat or easy anti-cheat highlights varying philosophies on depth versus minimalism. Which model delivers robust security without overstepping user trust? That's a core debate in the anti-cheat design. And something that is also very strange and inevitable to a degree is how rapid a Windows update can inadvertently break kernel drivers. That is a bit out of my wheelhouse though, and this isn't to say every time there is a Windows update, the kernel level drivers break. It is possible and it happens. I think the solution is very simple here. Ricochet just has to go. If Ricochet is in Black Ops 7, you can almost guarantee it's going to be the exact same thing we had this year, if not even worse. One thing that blows my mind about cheating though is that shit is actually expensive. Now, a Cronus Zen, I know that's a very popular device right now. I literally think you can walk into like Best Buy or GameStop and just buy it and walk out with it and plug and play. Now, when it comes to other cheats that you inject, a lot of these are monthly. Like, bro, I'm having a hard time paying all of these freaking bills anyway. Why the hell are people out here paying monthly subscriptions to cheat? Pay for a freaking coach or something, dog. Like, I think, like, what is wrong with you? Pay for a freaking coach, use that money to pay for a freaking gym membership or something. You can be spending money on anything else every single month other than freaking cheating, dog. If I'm being 100% honest though, I really don't have a good feeling about Black Ops 7. I know I sound like a broken record, but I think the only hope is to get rid of Ricochet and go for something that is tried and true. What's your take on everything though? Check out this video right here though. Allegedly big changes are supposed to be coming to Black Ops 6 and possibly Black Ops 7. I don't believe him, but let's have a conversation about that over there. If that doesn't interest you, I know you guys like to go ahead and pick people apart here. So go ahead, critique my gameplay in Black Ops 6 rank play and help me get out of diamond. I'll see you guys in one of those videos over there.